Hey everyone, DelVecchio here, and I'm sure that you want to build a beautiful website fast, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this tutorial. We're going to build the website that you're looking at right now, and it's going to take less than 30 minutes worth of work, and you can get started for under $15 with domain registration and website hosting. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's jump right into this. My preferred web hosting company is HostGator, so I have their site open in another tab here, and you can click on either the web hosting button or the get started now button. So let me click on this, and they have three main packages that you want to select from: the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. If you're just getting started with one website, you're going to want to go with the hatchling plan for a single domain. If you want to create multiple websites, you can upgrade to either the baby plan or the business plan. But let me click on the sign up now button. On this sign up page, we can either register a new domain, or maybe you already registered the domain with a company like GoDaddy and you just want to set up web hosting for that. Well, you can click the other tab here, but for now I'm going to search for a domain that I'd like to register, and I'm going to type in raydelvec.com, and then once I click out of this box, it's going to automatically search to see if this is available, and it looks like we're good to go here. Under this, you can see they have an option for domain privacy. Now, if you're not certain about this, when you register a domain, your contact information is going to be publicly available. So if you want privacy, so your information isn't out there, you can add this on. But once again, if you're a beginner, there's usually no need to do this from day one. You can always upgrade if you want to add it in the future. So I'm going to uncheck this to get the lowest cost, and we're going to scroll down to choose our hosting plan. On the previous page, I already selected the hatchling plan, so you can change that on this page if you'd like, but I'm going to leave it as is. And by default, they set up the billing cycle at 36 months, so this is if you want to prepay 3 years, and that's going to give you the lowest monthly price, so you're going to save a lot if you register in advance. But once again, I'm going to go for the cheapest way to get started, and I'm going to go 1 month at $10.95 a month. And as you'll see in a minute here, we're going to put in a coupon code to get that first month down to 1 penny. So let me go ahead and select a username here. And I'll also select a security pin. And then we'll go down to the billing info section. Let me quickly fill this out. I'm going to pause the video and I'll come back when this is done. The next section here is for additional services, and we can deselect all of these. We don't need them, and you can always upgrade if you do in the future. Now this is where we can enter our coupon code, and right now the amount due is $25.95. But if we type in the coupon code 1WP hosting and click the validate button, you'll see that our total goes down to $12.96. And this includes the domain registration for 1 year, which is $12.95, and our 1 month of the hatchling plan is going to be 1 cent. So I'm just going to click this checkbox that I've read and agree to the terms of service, and I'm going to check out. And now that we've checked out, we come to this payment completed order form, and they're going to generate our account info. So once we get that information, we can get started with installing WordPress. Our HostGator account is now set up, and we're brought to this account page where we can handle our billing, our hosting, and our domains. And they also send you an email with the account information. So let me pop over to my Gmail account, and you'll see the 3 emails that they sent me. The top one up here from HostGator Billing gives us our username and password to manage the billing, which is the section that we just looked at over here. They also send you a welcome email saying that your new hosting account is ready with a few links. But the one that we're really looking at right now is this first one from HostGator.com with your account info, because this is going to give us where we can log in to install WordPress and also our name servers. So if we need to update this, this is what links your domain name to HostGator's web hosting. Now right here is the link to my control panel. So I'm going to click on this, and we're going to log in with the username and password that they provided us here. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, and I'll do the same thing for the password, and we'll log in to our cPanel, and that's where we're going to be able to install WordPress. And from here, you can see I got a couple pop-ups. This one over here is called LastPass, and this actually has nothing to do with HostGator. This is just a program that I use to manage my passwords. So I definitely recommend you look into that if you have a lot of accounts and usernames and passwords that you want to keep secure. And up here, they also have a little banner for constant contact email marketing, which is available with our hosting, but we're just going to exit out of this because we don't need that right now. The button that we're looking for is this Build a New WordPress Site button. So let's click this button, and this is going to allow us to install WordPress. So all we need to do is select our domain from the drop-down menu, and I'm going to install WordPress just right on this domain. If you'd like to install it within a subdirectory, you can do that, but I would say most of the time you're going to want to install WordPress on the top level domain. And we'll just click the next button, and we have to fill in these install settings. So we're going to name the blog. I'll just put in my name for the blog title. Admin user, I'll just type in my first name. Same thing here, I'll do my first name, and the last name I'll just do my initials. And then I can type in my admin email. Here we have the checkbox automatically create a new database for this installation. And then we just need to click this terms of service agreement so that we can install. And that's it. We're done here. We have WordPress installed, and it gives us our username and password. So let me click the login button. I'm going to open this in a new tab, and we will log into our WordPress installation. I'm just going to copy the password, and let me quickly type this in and paste in the password, and you'll see that we're going to be good to begin developing our WordPress website. And if we take a look right now, it's going to have the default WordPress theme installed, probably the 2017 theme right now. So if we go over here and hover over the name of our site, and we can open up the site in a new tab. And this is what it looks like. There's a big banner image layout, and then once you scroll down here, this is where your post content is. But we're going to end up changing the theme. We're going to pick a new theme and then customize it just a little bit to get it more personalized. I'm back in the WordPress dashboard, and I exited out of that welcome to WordPress message that you may get when you first log in. And we're going to get right to it. So the theme that I selected to install is called Righty. Let me go to Appearance Themes, and we'll download it from here. And I'll click Add New, and it's spelled W-R-I-T-E-E with two E's at the end. And it looks like there's another version of this. Maybe, I don't know if it was created by the same developer or not, but we're going to just install the top level one. And once it's installed, we'll activate it. And let's take a look at it now. Let's refresh the page and see what it looks like. So you can see how we updated the entire look of the site with the new theme. And this theme has a nice big banner layout built in. So all we need to do is populate this website with a few blog posts, and once we have that with featured images, we'll get this nice banner slideshow layout. Now before we do that, we're going to get to some WordPress basics just to set up the site before we create our blog posts. Let's go back to the WordPress theme area, and the one thing I want to mention here is that if you do any customizations, if you're going to customize the design for a theme such as this, you want to create a child theme, which is pretty much just a separate theme that allows this parent theme to get updated. If for some reason the developer of this theme decides to send out an update, you can download that and it won't overwrite any of your customizations. Now in this video we're not going to do much customizing, but this is just a good process to develop if you're installing a new theme. So in order to do this, we're going to use a real easy plugin. So we'll go to the plugin section and we will add a new plugin, and the one that we're searching for here is called Child Theme Configurator. So if we search for this, it should be the first one that pops up here, and you can see there's over 100,000 active installations and it's got a 5-star rating. So let's install it and quickly create our child theme. I'll activate this plugin and we can get started. And this should add a section up in this tools menu here. So if we go to tools, child themes, this is where we can easily create a child theme for the Righty theme that we just downloaded. And I'm probably pronouncing that weird. Righty. I don't know if righty or if it's righty or righty. But let's just get going with this step-by-step menu here. So we're going to create a new child theme. Our parent theme is righty. We're going to analyze it, and it looks like we're good to go. So step 4 here is name the theme directory. This is just going to be called righty child. We're going to save new styles in a primary style sheet, style.css. We'll leave that as is. We'll leave all these options in step 6 as is. And let's take a look here at the child attributes. And I'm not really concerned with any of these at this point. And we don't have any menus or widgets in here right now because we just installed WordPress, so I don't need to do anything here. So this is pretty easy. We just leave everything by default and just click the create a new child theme button. And it looks like we have successfully created a child theme. So let me go back to the appearance themes menu and see if we have the new child theme available to us. And there it is. So right now the righty theme is installed. We want to activate the righty child theme. So let's activate that. I'm getting these weird like jumps whenever I'm hovering over some of these images, but right now we have the correct theme active. And if we go back here, we're not going to see any difference because all the styles are inherited from the parent theme, but it's just the right way to go about making customizations to a website. Let's go back to the WordPress dashboard and we'll roll through some of these other settings. I'm going to go to settings, permalinks, and this is the structure of your URLs. So there's a bunch of settings here that you can choose. The one that I prefer is post name. So this basically just means if I publish a blog post, instead of including the date, the month and the year in the URL, it's just going to have the post name. So it's going to be a cleaner and shorter URL. So let me save that. I'm going to go to settings general, and this is where we can update our site title and tagline. So the title is just my name. The tagline, by default, it's always going to be just another WordPress site, and that's what we see over here. So if we want to edit this text, that's where we do it, in the general settings. So I'm just going to type in something here, and I'll save it. Next up, we're going to create a navigation menu. So to do that, we're going to go to Appearance, Menus, and we're going to type in just navigation menu. You can name this whatever you want, but I normally set up one menu for the navigation, and if I have any other menus that I want to post on other parts of the website, like popular posts, you can create that manually here and have multiple menus. So let me go ahead and create this. And right now we have our home page and the sample page, which that's created by default. I'm going to go ahead and check both of these boxes. So this one is to automatically add any new pages, top level pages that we add to WordPress automatically to this menu. And I'm also going to check this box to make it the primary menu. So let's save that. Go back here and refresh and see if we have any changes. And you can see that the menu bar is added to the top here. I'm going to go over to the pages here, and we're just going to edit the sample page that WordPress creates for us, and I'm going to call it About. And you'll notice that when you create a new page within WordPress, it's going to just generate the permalink, the URL based on the title. Right now this permalink was already set to sample page, so I can edit this and just change it to About. And so this URL will be raydelvec.com/about. So let me update that, and let's check out the About page because this has some sample text on here. So you can see that this is our blog style for a quote, and it looks like the link color by default is like a gold color. Let's go back to the home page, and we'll go back to the WordPress dashboard, and we're going to add a page. So we'll add a contact page, which in a little bit we're going to add a contact form. And you'll see that the permalink is generated, and we can publish that. Now we're going to add our posts. Once again, we have a sample post here, which is called Hello World. So this is added by default when you install WordPress, so you can get an idea of how the posts look. I'm going to trash this, so we'll delete it. And if we, for some reason, want to undo that, we can go into the trash here. Let's go back to this All button, which is going to show all the published posts. So we're going to have to add a few. And before I add these, I just want to mention that the featured photos that I'm going to include on here were downloaded from a site called unsplash.com. And This is a great site to get free stock photography. I mean, the photos here are amazing quality, and there's a lot right now. I mean, when this first came out, it was a little bit limited, but in the past year or so, they've really grown, and there's amazing photos on here that you'll see we're going to add. And I'll include the link to this and the specific photos that I've used in the description below. So let's go back to WordPress here and add our posts. I'm going to set this up kind of like a lifestyle blog. So let me add 4 or 5 posts here. The first one is going to be titled, Why You Must Eliminate Your Lawn. And I'm a gardener, so I've come to the conclusion that lawns are pretty much pointless. You might as well get some of your backyard space to produce vegetables and fruit for you. Now for the blog posts, you can create categories and tags for each post. So by default they have one called uncategorized, but obviously we don't want that. So this one is going to be labeled under home and garden. So I'm just going to create that. And for the tags, I'll include 2 or 3 tags that might be included within this post. Obviously I'm not going to write a full post right now, but let me type in compost, garden spade, and wheelbarrow. And we'll add our featured image. If we scroll down to the bottom here on the right side, this is where we can set our featured image. So I'll just drag and drop the image that I'd like here, and let me take a look at these. And this is the one that I want. And once it's uploaded, I'll just set the featured image. We'll publish the page, and I'm going to refresh the home page so we can take a look at how the site's going to look once we have the banner slideshow. So that's pretty cool. Once we have multiple blog posts, we'll then see the arrows, and you can scroll left and right with this banner. Let me create those blog posts. I'm going to repeat the same process I used to publish this one, and I'll come back at you when I'm done. Alright, I got my posts created here. So I have 5 of them, and you'll see that the slideshow starts working. If we hover over it, it's going to pause the slideshow and show us the arrows, the left and right arrows. And we also have bullets down here which we can click on to get to the featured blog posts. And if we scroll down, you'll see this also lists the blog posts. So let me go into the settings for this particular theme, and we'll see what else we can customize. I'll go back to WordPress here, and I'm going to go to Appearance Customize. So these are the ones that are specific to the righty theme. So let me click on this. We'll go to the layout options, and I like the right sidebar layout, so we're going to leave that as is. We have the slider options here. It looks like we have a fluid layout versus non-fluid. So it looks like before we were looking at the non-fluid layout. Let's change that to the fluid layout, and that should make it full width. And we can choose here whether we want a specific category of posts to display on the banner slideshow or just the latest added posts. You can choose how many slides you want here. So if we want to limit this to just 3, we can do that. And you can choose whether you want the content meta section to display. So I'm assuming that's going to be the category and the author. So let's turn that off and take a look. So yeah, if you just want to display the title and make that more prominent, you can do so. And you can choose the slide duration here, which is in milliseconds, so this is 5 seconds. I'm going to leave all these. I'm going to save this. So we have the theme color section. And it looks like this is where the primary color is set. This is where we get that gold color. So let me change this to another color, maybe like a red-ish kind of color. Yeah, almost like a maroon. Kind of similar to the strawberry. Kind of matches that. So let me publish this. We'll go back, check out the typography. I don't think I'm going to change anything here. We can update our font size, line height, letter space, or if you want to insert a custom font, you can do that through Google Fonts, which is a free service. And this is where we can update our social media icons. So if you have links for your social media profiles, we can add them up there. I'm just going to type in a hashtag or a £, depending on how old you are, so I can get these links to appear. And let me select YouTube as well. And you can see that our social icons are posted now on the right side of the menu bar up here. Let's publish that. And that's the entire righty options section. If we go to site identity, this is where you can upload a logo, and this also allows you to change the site title and tagline that we did before in the general settings. I'm not going to change anything here. Let's go into colors, and we have a background color. Now, I think the background color is only going to show if you don't have the full width banner slideshow. I'm fine with having a transparent background, no background color. Same thing with the background image. That would show, that's not anything to do with the banner. That has to do with the background image on the left and right side of the content areas. So I don't want to worry about that right now either. The menus, we already went through the menu section, so we don't have to worry about that through the customize section. Widgets, this is where you can edit the sidebar and the footer area down here, which there's no widgets I think right now. We're going to do that from the widget section, separate from the customize area. We'll check out the homepage settings, and we're just displaying our latest posts. I'm not going to change that right now. And the footer section, we have this text right here, but we can add more copyright text if you want to type something like all rights reserved. So I'll put that in there and I'll publish. And that's everything for the customize section. If you want to add some CSS styles, which this involves a little bit of code, you can do that here. So if you're a complete beginner, you'll just want to exit out and not worry about CSS for the time being. But let's go back here and reload and see how our changes look. So now we have the full width banner. And I actually liked displaying the category, so I'm going to go back and change that really quickly. Go back to Customize, Righty Options, the Slider Options. I'm going to put this back to On for the slider content meta. So this is a pretty awesome website for, 10 to 15 minutes worth of work and less than $15 to get started. Let's put the final touches on this and finish it up. I'm going to go over here to the WordPress dashboard. I'll exit out of the Customize section, and I want to go to Appearance and Widgets. And this is where we're going to edit the sidebar. And we can edit the footer area as well. So right now you can see on our primary sidebar we have a search widget, a recent post widget, recent comments, archives, categories, and meta. And that's what we have over here on the right side of the page. So these are pretty easy to update or delete. I'm going to actually delete most of these, and then we'll start from scratch, and I'm just going to add in a couple to the sidebar and a couple to the footer areas to fill out the space. They have 3 custom widgets here specific to this theme. So I'm going to put in this About Me widget. I'll drag and drop that to the sidebar, and I'll put the same thing in the title, About Me. And you can put in an image as well. It looks like they don't let you upload it from here, so we're going to have to go to the media section. Let me save this really quickly. I'll go to the media section, and I'm going to upload my image here, and then we'll grab the URL and paste it in there. So I can just drag and drop that right into the upload section, and this is where we get the URL. So I'll copy it, go back to Appearance Widgets, and add that to the author image field here. So let's save it and take a look at our sidebar now. And there you go. That's the About Me widget. We could also add social icons. That's the other custom sidebar that they have available here. So let me drag and drop that right under the About Me widget. For the title, I'll do Follow Me. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to type in the hashtag for all these URLs so they show up. Then we'll save it. And I can refresh. And there are our social icons. Let's add a few widgets to the footer area. And the third custom widget that they have for this theme is the recent post widget. So let's put that in the footer 1 area. I'll give it a title. We'll show 3 posts, and I'll save it. And then in the footer 2 area, I'm going to have the categories listed. So I'll drag in the categories widget, give it a title, and save it. And in the third footer area, we're going to put the tag cloud for all the posts. We'll save that and take a look. So if we refresh, and the footer area is down here, and you can see how they have the thumbnail appearing with the featured image for the recent posts. We have our categories and our tag cloud. So that's pretty cool. And the last thing we're going to do here is add the contact form to the contact page. This is done using a plugin called Contact Form 7. So we'll go to Plugins, Add New, and search for that. And here it is. It's got over 1 million active installations. We'll install it. activate it, and that's going to bring in a contact menu right over here. We'll go to this contact menu, and they have a contact form set up for you by default. You can always go into this and customize it, but right now I'm just going to copy and paste this short code to our contact page. So we'll go to the pages, contact, and we can paste in this short code, which is surrounded by the square brackets. And if we update it, you'll see how this looks on the contact page. And there you go. So people can fill in their name, their email, and a message to you and send it. So you have a fully functioning website right now that has a great full-width banner slideshow layout on the home page, built-in styles for the About Me sections and the social icons. And if you have great-looking photos, you're going to have a great-looking website. If you're ready to create your website today, go to HostGator.com. You can get set up there for less than $15 with domain registration and your first month of hosting for 1 penny. Be sure to use coupon code 1WPHosting to get that deal. And if you use this video to help you get set up, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch of other WordPress tutorials, including a longer length one building a business website and customizing that, and I'll continue to put these out with your support. If you're looking to create your own web design business, go to my site, websiteprofitcourse.com, and you can download a cheat sheet there called the 15 Tools to Start Your Web Design Business. And these are the ones that I use every day to manage client websites and personal websites. As you can tell, putting together a website is not as hard as you think, and it's a great skill to have. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope to see you on the next video.